Hi, brothers and sisters. I'm Adelyn Lim from Malaysia. We meet again. Welcome to Shravasti Learning Garden for Youth Workshop 3. So, good evening to our special guests in the Zoom room and also the public viewers. So, the workshop will take 1 hour and 15 minutes. We'll be extending the question and answer session if needed. Zoom participants, raise your hands if you have questions, okay? So we let you in, the admin will do the job. The public viewers can post your questions on message box and we will try to answer. So for now, sit back, relax and give your mind 75 minutes of peace before we start a busy week. Shravasti Learning Garden is an online short workshop where we are inviting Guruji, experts and layman professionals to teach us Dharma, meditation, yoga, mindfulness, fitness, wellness, arts, culture, literature, and arts of living. So we hope that this online learning platform will reach out and benefit young people from all over the world. So it is non-sectarian. We are using this platform to spread good teachings to the young generation and hope to bring the young force and energy back to this 2,560-year-old sacred place of Buddhism. On this platform, we emphasize very, very much on method or methodology and applications. So let me quickly brief you on the program flow of today. As usual, I will introduce a small part of the history of Shravasti and Jetavana Park. Then Guru in the house and I will have a dialogue focusing on the arts of smiling, which focus mainly on our emotion control and inner peace. So Guruji will then teach us some simple scriptures in Pali that we can practice every day. After that, Guruji will guide us on meditation, something that we can practice any time of the day, during work, classes, in the public transport, or whenever we feel depressed or anxious. So the last session will be the question and answer session that will open the floor for guests in the Zoom first to interact with the Guruji, and public viewers may leave your messages and we'll try to answer if time allows. Okay. So in workshop 1 and 2, I had introduced Shravasti and why we named this project after Shravasti. So you have missed that part, don't worry. You may visit our YouTube link, Shravasti Youth Channel for reference. Okay. So however, I will still give a short introduction of Shravasti to new friends who just joined us today. Okay. Shravasti, located on the banks of Rapti River in Uttar Pradesh, state of India, which was known as Sahe Mahe locally. It was an ancient capital city to Kosala kingdom during 6th BC to 6th century AD. So a very wealthy merchant, Ananda Pindika, invited Lord Buddha to set up his monastery in Shravasti. So Lord Buddha agreed. Ananda Pindika found a park which was owned by Prince Jeta. The prince said that he would sell the park only if Ananda Pindika covered it with gold coins. It is a very, very ridiculous offer actually. So Ananda Pindika agreed and he bought the land for Lord Buddha. So can we show the top view of Jetavana Park? So we actually use drone to take this picture. Well, this is not a folklore, but it's a true story in Buddhism. So this place is somewhere that we want to develop later, okay? So before I go further, for guests who used to recite sutra in Chinese, you will be familiar with this phrase in Amitabha Sutra, 阿弥陀佛偈。如是我闻，亦是佛在世而为果，其数即孤独园，以大比丘僧1250人。The third way term is Shravasti, okay? 其数园 is Jetavana Park. 孤独即长老 is Ananda Pindika. So now you get clearer with the terms, so we can proceed, okay? So why Shravasti is important in the history of Buddhism? Lord Buddha spent 25 years, the greater part of his monastic life in Shravasti, giving the most discourses and teaching. So according to Woodward, 871 sutras had been preached in Shravasti, of which 844 of those in Jetavana, 23 in Pubarama. Pubarama is another town in Shravasti, and 4 sutras in the suburbs of Shravasti. So in every workshop, I share a small story related to this sacred place. And today I would like to share with you a short story of Bodhi tree inside Jetavana Park in Shravasti. So all of us know there is a Bodhi tree in Jetavana Park, one in Bodh Gaya and another one in Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. So which one is the original tree? Can Bodhi tree live that long? In this case, 2,560 years. The Bodhi tree was a large and ancient sacred tree located in Bodh Gaya, India, under which Siddhartha Gautama, the spiritual teacher who became known as the Lord Buddha, is said to have meditated without moving from his seat for 7 weeks and attained enlightenment in 500 BCE under the tree. The foremost tree is Maha Bodhi tree growing at the Maha Bodhi temple in Bodh Gaya, which is often cited as the original tree. Other holy Bodhi trees, which have a great significance in the history of Buddhism, are the Ananda Bodhi tree at Jetavana in Shravasti and Sri Maha Bodhi tree in Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. So both are also believed to have been propagated from the original Bodhi tree. So when Buddha was absent from Jetavana, devotees naturally missed him. So Ananda, the Buddha's attendant, asked the Buddha what in his absence might be reverenced, and in answer the Buddha mentioned the great Bodhi tree under which he had attained enlightenment. So Ananda then had a seed from Bodh Gaya and brought to Jetavana and planted so that it would represent Buddha when he was not in Jetavana. So to this very day, the tree is known as the Ananda Bodhi tree. So Buddha spent a night sitting under the tree, bestowed on it. And this tree, because it was planted under the direction of Ananda, came to be known as Ananda Bodhi tree. So from the scientific analysis, Bodhi tree is also called Peepul tree. It's Peepul, Peepul tree, okay? As we know, plants, they release oxygen during daytime, right? And release carbon dioxide at night. Bodhi tree is one of the very few plants that supplies oxygen in 24 hours, even at night. So the Bodhi tree has a long life and keeps regenerating itself, not just through its seeds, but also through its roots. So when the main trunk dies, a new one will rise and take its place. So you can see the photo of Ananda Bodhi tree at Jetavana Park from my backdrop. So today we are honored to have Venerable B. Sri Saranankara Nayaka Maha Thera, the Chief Adhikarana Sangha monk of Malaysia, in our workshop. Thank you so much, Chief, for your time and effort. So before we proceed, let me introduce you, Venerable, to all our foreign young friends. Okay. Venerable arrived in Kuala Lumpur from Sri Lanka in 1984. With a passion for social welfare service, Venerable founded the Sri Jayanti Welfare Organization in 1991, which then started a free clinic, free tuition classes, and a metta home. So in 1996, he renovated the Sri Lanka Buddhist temple in Kuala Lumpur. Venerable is also working very hard now on his new project building Maha Karuna Vihara in Shah Alam, Kuala Lumpur. Venerable has served the people of Malaysia well, and everybody has the highest respect for him, and he is full of compassion and kindness of everyone regardless of race and religion. So let us all put our hands together to welcome Venerable. We always call him Chief. Hi, Chief.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Chief, thank you very much for being with us today.
Okay. Yes, nice to see all of you.
Yes, we have you from everywhere, from Sikkim, from Ladakh, from Himalaya, from Nepal, from Bhutan, Malaysia, Singapore. So Chief, thank you again for spending time with us. All of us know that Chief is very busy with your work, and but every time I meet Chief, right, you look very calm and cheerful, like a power bank. So honestly, all of us have been talking about your everlasting energy and smile. I always have the urge to interview you on this topic, the art of smiling. So finally, we make it. So kindly share with us your secret. So Chip, please, your time.
Thank you very much, Adelyn. You have so much interest and passion for the youngsters, their spiritual development, spiritual education, showing you require the quality life each and every youngsters. That's a very great compassionate thought you maintaining. The love in your heart for the youngsters is really recorded and appreciated. Today, this particular subject, art of smiling. What Buddha mentioned under the Bodh tree in the silent manner, uh, given the metta, radiating loving kindness, and the same time, given the wonderful message to gratitude and appreciation. From there, how Buddha is show it with a little smiling on his face. Buddha mentioned very clearly in the teaching of the Buddha, we can find on the in Buddhist teaching, the Pali word Buddha mentioned, Pubbahasa, Pubbabhasa, Pubbakar. The Pali word Pubbahasa means the Buddha, they smile before others smile. If any stranger come, Buddha smile. The message is very clear. Person enlightened, the Buddha, smile other person before other person smile. It's a universal message, universal language, which is you can't, no barrier for the language barrier for someone to smile to another human being. The benefit of smiling oneself is a very, very clear. Today, modern scientists, psychologists, psychiatrists realize 2600 years ago, the Buddha's message, how important for development, inner development, inner comfort, inner joy, inner happiness. Teaching of the Buddha, he mentioned, you smile before other person smile. That one called the Pubbahasa. Then Buddha mentioned Pubbabhasa. You speak before other person. Just you can say with a little smile on your face, you can say, you use Asian, the language, people used to call India Namaste. People say Namo Buddhaya. People used to say I born. People used to say various greeting with a little smile on your face. Then that called Ubbabhasa. That means many of us we think, why should I smile? They should smile first. See the example of the Buddha, the enlightened being. Buddha himself gives a very clear message. You smile before other person. You talk before the other person. Then the last one Buddha mentioned, Upakari. You just attain whatever he require, whatever assistance he require. You try to fulfill his whatever things he expecting from you, to do it with this little smile on your face, the happiness in your face. Today, this particular message If you think about the art of smiling, we can go to the history, we can go to the man, the human history is a religious, the leader, the Buddha is an enlightened being, not only Buddhists alone, even the other religious textbooks, they mention clearly how important, peaceful, calm, tranquility your own mind, how much benefit you're able to experience it, how much problem you're able to settle it. We can see the various incidents. If we can reason now, if you going to mention number of the incident happen, we can line up so many. But the most important thing today, especially this period, corona fear all over the world, so much fear, anxiety, unhappiness, unsatisfaction. Each and everyone, not one particular people, group of people, all over the world, people find difficulties to do the certain activities with the limited the area, the limited facilities, limited activities. But important things, many people manage very well as well. There is some of the people, they couldn't cope up. From their message is very clear, what the Buddha mentioned. As long as someone maintaining inner calmness, inner peace, inner joy, they able to overcome lot of things. Today, medical side, doctors are mentioning to relax oneself mind in order to overcome many physical as well as for the mental problem. Look at the last couple of months, some of the people, we know to people, there's a 4 or 5 incident happen, commit suicide. The reason, they can't cope up loneliness, they can't cope up with that particular period, because of that, not able to maintain very well. Smiling experience, smiling benefit, until unless you practice, then you know able to realize how important it is. Metta is a universal the therapy introduced by the Buddha 2600 years ago. Today, we able to see it. Someone maintaining such a qualities in their mind, in their heart, they lack of physical pain, they lack of mental pain as well. Important thing, beauty of having metta, loving kindness, little smile on your face is a greatest therapy. You may call sending smiling energy, you may call sending love towards whoever people are around there, your loved one. Also, it not means we can say send it unconditional love towards oneself as well as for the others. We have to create something in your own heart in order to share. If you don't have love, if you don't have smile, if you don't have such a inner virtues and qualities, how are you going to share? Something, if we have it, then only can share it. The important thing is what should you have it in a comfort, inner joy, then only can share with others as well.
Thank you, Chief. Another question from me. So, you know that I have been running a lot of campaigns for youth, and then for almost like 15 years, from monks to even the Muslim community to normal community. So this is the common issues that we are suffering. So I'm glad that Chief is here today. So I'm quickly bringing up all the questions so that everybody can learn something. So life is getting tougher and tougher, Chief. Honestly, we feel depressed, pressured, anxious, or angry most of the time, but sometimes when the negative emotion rises, for example, anger, we know it is not good to get angry, right? But we are not able to stop or control the feeling. Most of the time, we make mistakes when we are angry and regret so much later. So, Chief, what should we do? And what is the right way to treat anger at the particular moment that we feel very irritated?
That's it. Okay, can you hear me now?
Hmm. Yes.
Okay. Talk about anger, very important.
Hmm.
The anger is one thing. We have to realize how harmful, how dangerous it is. Someone maintaining anger most of the time, when the anger is arising, we are not able to reason out. We're not able to clear the vision that particular moment. Anger is one thing, always we find so much pain, so much misery in oneself mind. There's a saying, I given peace of mind. That's a layman terms. What does mean? With anger, I scold someone. I say some nasty word with another person. When we mention such a statement very hard way, when the person is taking that word day by day, that person, what is going to happen? Depression, unhappiness, increasing the person who getting that type of treatment. Whatever you mention, each time you see that person, you going through some certain suffering as well, unhappiness in your own mind. Then the both parties are going to be unhappy. Controlling the anger or the moment, that particular moment, realizing, understanding there is anger. That's why Buddha mentioned very important thing, present moment. If you're able to look at that present moment, if you're able to realize there is anger arising in your own mind, realization, understanding, knowing there's anger coming, if you're able to manage that moment, the most important. Many of us, we're not able to realize, see, there is an anger arising in your own mind. If you realize, if you knowing the things, that's why Buddha mentioned chitta and chaitasika. Chitta means mind, chaitasika means thought. Is anger arising into your own mind? If you're able to note it, there is anger, unpleasant feeling, unhealthy feeling, you experience it. That's a dangerous. If you're able to overcome realization that moment, knowing the things there is anger arising, that able to settle many things. In order to do it, you can't do it overnight. When the unpleasant feeling arising, anger feeling arising, if you be silent without uttering single word, if you're able to walk out from that place into the nature, in the open area, you can get the lot of solution into our own mind. Irritate feeling is definitely arising into oneself mind because that type of statement, that type of thought appearing and keep on justify ourselves. Why should I, such a person mentioned, the both parties getting anger one another, there are going to be the huge disruption can happen, huge problem can arise as well. Once it happen in that way, we are not able to, to maybe sometime weeks, months, and years, this unpleasant feeling, you both parties are going to suffer as well. It's important each and every one of us little practicing little patience, maintaining. the inner conflicts within our own mind. The biggest problem to handle it, inner conflicts within our own mind, not external conflicts. Inner conflict have to manage. When we able to manage external conflicts. Many of us, we are very good for the managing for the external conflicts. We are not managing inner conflicts. Inner conflicts can go many ways. Anger is one of the inner conflicts as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes.
Another question, if you don't
Yes.
mind. This is a question I'm asking for myself and on behalf of all our friends. When someone close to us leaves us, like our spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend, or they die, like our parents or children, we feel extremely sad, as if that the whole world is going to collapse. Some might sink into long-term depression. Some might choose to kill themselves. So honestly, when we feel sad, it is really not possible for us to change the feeling as and when we want to. Like a lot of people see us in the wake or in a funeral, they say, "Hey, don't be sad." But that moment we're so sad. How can we just like delete it, switch it off, and become happy? It is not possible, right? Especially like now, one of the attendants, not the one of the attendants, the attendant to my guru, whom I know for almost 20 years, passed away yesterday of heart attack. Is the Lama. Is like my own brother. So I feel very sad right now. Actually, I told them that I don't know whether I could handle this workshop or not, but I managed to switch my mind and I'm here. So the feeling is actually auto cruise. So you cannot say that don't be sad that I'm not sad. So this kind of actually this kind of feeling produces a lot of side effect. Like now I feel that I'm having a gastric. So Chief, what should we do if we are in this situation? And what is the right way to treat this emotion before it becomes worse? So how to walk ourselves out from this situation? Chief, thank
The emotion, feeling, sadness, disappointment, and many things we're not able to come alone what we expected, especially loved one. As sadly mentioned, the guru, someone who respect more, someone you highly had the following, and which is someone assist you, benefit you, whether one way or another, spiritual development, it can be other area. Especially your case just mentioned, the spiritual, the benefit, what you gain, what you learn. Such a someone is closer, someone touch your heart, someone able to address you. Definitely, you and me not that free that situation, sadness, the emotional feel in that moment, especially loved one and near to and dear to you. That moment, knowing yourself, unpleasant feeling, unpleasant thought appear into your own mind, sadness considering is not the present feeling. Knowing, noticing that, knowing things, this unpleasant feeling arising into your own mind, emotional feeling arising in your own mind, to realization, to realize that part, that what you had to do it. If you go into strict into the teaching of the Buddha very clearly mentioned, these are the impermanent situation happen to each and every one of us. Whatever lot of wishes in our own mind will not able to achieve. Whatever we expectation for some certain things is not going alone your way. Pandemic period is a very good example. Millions of people are suffering. Million people are affected. They lost their life. Some of them very bad situation as well. There is some certain natural disaster happen, tsunami and etc. things. Amount of people are went through children without parents, parents without children, family members. That type of emotional feeling is to someone to overcome, someone to mention. If you don't have the very strong spiritual practices, the religious text knowledge and the religious practices, over here I had to mention very particular things. Many of us well verse our text, not only text in the commercial subject or school subject or university subject, even the religious texts we are well versed. That's a knowledge. Knowledge alone, it won't be sufficient. The most important thing, Buddhist or any other religious knowledge, you have to put into the practice. The practice make you perfect. Practice make you realization. Practice make you perfect person. That's where the emotional feeling. There's no other way to handle it. The, if you are really look in very inward, being silent, being peaceful environment, if you're able to realize this unpleasant emotional feeling is going to disturb you, what you have to do it to immediately address according to your practice, according to your knowledge, then you're able to overcome. Sometimes, most of the time, the emotional feeling is so great, so high, then we're not able to see it clearly. Example given by Buddha himself in the teaching. When the water is a lot of stare into the mud area, you can't see the bottom of the sea or bottom of the lake or bottom of that particular place or well. When the water is totally settled down, then you can see it very clear bottom of that particular place. The same time, our mind getting so much all those emotional feeling, then we not able to see it. Best thing to calm yourself and sitting for a while. It'll take a couple of minutes or couple of hours maybe to settle yourself. Depend on your own practice as well. Someone when you practice, immediately they're able to calm down, immediately able to maintain mindfulness or sati, they can go alone with that way, Important, calm, peaceful, emotional feeling to how to manage that important. We are good for managing many things, but the emotional feeling manage also very important. You may manage the many other the normal things, manage human being, manage property, manage the share market, manage the fund, but at the same time managing our own thought, managing our own mind also very important thing. That the managing for the emotional feeling very important each and every one of our life. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah, it's true. Just now, before I started the program, I cool down myself for 1 hour. So now I feel okay, like clear water. I can see the bottom. So, Chief, Shravasti Learning Garden is open for youth from all of walks. I mean, from all walks of life, and it is a platform for cultural exchange. So, can Chief share a scripture in Theravada School of Bali that we can practice every day? That also serve as a reminder for us to keep ourselves calm. So, I believe all of us would like to learn about that.
The important things we choose Metta Bhavana. Metta Bhavana means radiating loving kindness. You can see it, the Pali verses and also the English translation. What we do it, since having the English translation in front, I resign recitation in Pali, then some of the newcomers, they can get the correct right pronunciation in order to do it, the daily chanting. Very meaningful, all those the wording. If you follow the certain rhythm, you may enjoy the recitation. If you are lonely, one place, if you go alone, any other lone chain, you like hymns, able to sing properly, then you have so much benefit, you're able to experience it. Your pronunciation is follow in this way. What we are going to do it, I slow manner, I going to chant these sutras. Then you please you able to join with us together. We see how the rhythm maybe some of them you find easy, some of them you find little difficulties, but we can practice. It's really greatest benefit when you are lonely, when you are alone, recitation these verses. Maya sabbi sang Sattanang sukha kametam asensitva kametu mittam sabba satti subhavaye Sukhi bhaveyang nidduko aham niccang aham vye ithachami sukhi hontu majjanta caca virino Imam gamak ketami satta hontu suki sadha tato parancaranjisu Cakrevalisu Cantunu Samanta Cakrevalisu Sattananti Supanino Sukhino Punggala Bhuta Attbhave Katasiyum Tata Itti Umaciva Arya Aneriya Picha Diva nara apayatha tatha das disasu chati aviromi Abhyapanjomi Anigikomi Sukhiyatanang Hari Harami Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. This is the Pali part we chant whenever you free. Just make yourself any of the sutras you can do. This is the Metta Bhavana, Metta Sutta, reading loving kindness towards oneself as well as for the whole mankind and all the other sentient beings as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If everybody feels calm, so if you need the text of the sutra, you can always email to us, and then we will send it to you. Chief, we always have a session in this workshop that we learn about meditation. So all of us here are either studying or working, but sometimes we can't find a good time for meditation. For example, like nighttime, you need 15 minutes. Sometimes it's too sleepy and we just forget about it. And the next day when we wake up, we need to rush to work. And then the meditation, we know that we need to do it before we go to school or go to work. But sometimes it's like we cannot make it. So I hope that is there a way that we can do a short meditation when we are in class or in office or whenever we feel our mind is drained or anxious or angry. So can Chip show us a way?
Actually, very simple. Many of the people may think is a meditation require certain special place, certain environment, certain position to sit, and the lotus shape to meditate. If you go into the teaching of the Buddha mentioned sati. Sati means mindfulness. Mindfulness can be any activities. Let's say you go to bed. Let's say so tired whole day, been involving thing. There's a couple of minutes you can spend lying on the bed, or if you are of course sitting beforehand, it's better. At least get used to yourself to radiate metta, loving kindness towards yourself and towards your loved one. Those who are having children, having parents, radiate metta, loving kindness towards oneself as well as for the others is a huge benefit to yourself. You sleep with the calm, peaceful thought. You're able to sleep with that so much with the joy at that particular moment. You sharing metta, you sharing wish, all those wonderful wishes towards yourself as towards other immediate loved one and family members. That's a beautiful, wonderful contribution what you can do towards oneself as well as for the others. It can be Pali terms, it can be your own language, it can be any other method. The important, the things you have to peaceful thought in your within your own heart, within your own mind. That's important, you know. And when you are doing meditation, it's a lot of people think meditation must be very serious. Meditation, when you're practicing, a little smile on your the face, smiling on your muscle, able to see it other without showing your teeth, can smile, feel a little metta in your heart, then automatically it's a greatest benefit to oneself as well as for the others.
So Chief, actually we are every time we have this 5 minutes of meditation in this workshop. So is there any steps that we need to follow this time?
Yes, there is what called the if you are using the same simple word just now, we say ahang averu homi abhya, for the last Pali verses. If you refer to the last Pali verses, you can see it very clearly, very short. When we see the last wording, aham averu homi, Abhyapajyo homi, anigiko homi, suki attanam pariharami. Yes. When we do it that way, what we have to do it, just maintain whatever position you are there in your physical and sit properly and just self-practice what we do it 5 minutes calm peaceful manner, sit yourself at the reflecting all those whatever mental activities you done and in silent manner you radiate metta loving kindness, or you can mention, you can follow your breathing in and out. If it not means, you can maintain rising and falling your abdomen as well. Let us be peaceful and calm to be yourself and be silent, and just let us today we practice metta, loving kindness, radiating metta for universal love for every one of us.
Right now we are going to start the meditation, but before that, can I request everyone to turn on your video because we need to capture this, the radiation or the energy that every one of you uh, produced, so that public viewers, can also learn as well. Okay, can everyone turn on your video because right now the bandwidth is back. Don't mind to turn on your video, all of you, those guests in the Zoom room. Right now, sit back, relax, and don't worry about the time. You will hear the sound of the gong in the beginning of and the ending of the session. Now we are coming to an end. After the gong, slowly open your eyes. How do you feel? I feel very calm. That must be the blessing from Chief. So we are now going to start the question and answer session. We will call upon five participants who submitted their request earlier. So after this, whoever has questions may raise your hand, and admin will let you in. If time allows, we will request Chief to stay a little bit longer. So public viewers may also post your questions now in the message box. First one, we have Mr. Lai Tianghua from Penang, Malaysia. Tianghua, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes, clear.
Hi, thanks, Adelyn, and thank you for the shift. I actually have two questions here. The first one is regarding to my own personal experience. I do practice the mantra chanting, but it seems like very hard for me to be concentrate. So I just wonder, how can we be more concentration while we're doing the mantra chanting? This is the first question. And the second question is that I've been thinking about the purpose that we are doing the chanting, the mantra chanting, because it seems like we are begging something like, I've been joining for the first workshop and the second lesson as well. And I've been practice the white Thera mantra and the green Thera mantra. So I've been thinking about, it seems like we are trying to asking for something, in return. So this is quite how to say. This is a big question for me. It seems like we are asking for something so that we do the chanting, But I do believe that Buddhism are teaching us to be, not asking something in return, just let it go, let the fate lead us. Yeah, this is my second question. So maybe the chief can answer my thought, to clear my thought. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Madam. You just mentioned for the how to, you know, correct chant, mantras, or sutras, or any other verses. It's a very important, not only physical preparation, we require our mental preparation as well. You're going to prepare yourself, sit in position physically. Before that, you have to totally be silent yourself. You totally be calm yourself. Either to calmness to maintain. Some of the people take couple of seconds or couple of minutes. Sit and peaceful thought create within your own mind in that very relaxed manner. That doesn't matter the time period. If you are not peaceful that moment, it'll take a little bit longer period. When you go to see the doctor, doctor mentioned when your pressure very high, ask you to relax. The same manner, what you have to do it, just relax. For you to relax as a Buddhist practitioner, very easy. How we are going to relax yourself? Reflect virtues of the Buddha. Automatically reflect your highly respected any of the guru, any of the well-practiced practitioner. How calm that particular person, how peaceful that person. Motivate by him. Get the message from him. You settle yourself and slowly can chant. Don't rush into the conflict with others. In very relaxed manner, you chant the verses. Relaxed manner, you do chanting. You are really enjoying yourself. Go deeper into that. Then the greatest benefit you're able to get it, the peacefulness within your own heart. And end of the day, that the beauty of that chanting of the verses, you able to experience it, not overnight, till couple of days or couple of months or couple of years. When you have practice, you're able to get it. There's no shortcut, definitely no shortcut. It'll take a long practice that make you perfect. There's not only that, benefit to you, benefit to others as well.
Tianhua, I hope Chief answered your question. And you have any question, just like wait until later, a little bit later, after we go through this 5, and then you can raise your hand, and then we will come back to you again. Okay. All right. Now we have the second participants from Roshmi Tamang from Sikkim, India. Are you here, Roshmi?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Hello, Chief. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, first of all, a very warm greetings from Sikkim. This is Roshmi Tamang. And I would like to, first of all, I would like to say thank you so much for highlighting us on the subject, how to smile. And I'm very grateful to you for sharing this Pali chanting of Metta Bhavana. It was really peaceful and soothing. And now I would like to go on my question. Okay. My question is that we say that according to Buddhism, we get suffering from attachment and all, no? So I just want to know a very simple way. So how can we practice detachment, okay, in relation with our loved ones, especially family, friends, no? Uh, that's it. It's my question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sister.
Thank
It's a
you.
very relevant question. Many of us face in that situation as well. To detach loved one, near to and dear to you, not that simple and easy. Important things, knowing you, very strong attachment, very much, very emotional paining you're going through. That's where the Buddha mentioned very clearly, detach yourself for the many things, for the lay person, even the not only lay person, even the being monks and not none, not that easy to overcome attachment. But little understanding, little practices, realization that emotionally feeling in your own heart and mind slowly had to develop. Not easy, difficult, but can achieve. Very practical things. Certain the incident happened. Not only someone departed from this world, someone away from that particular period, people not able to cope up, especially parents and children. Loved one, if you go away certain period, certain time period, you'll cope up that particular period, not that easy. So much pain in your heart, so much. What you had to do it? Realization, understanding that part, that emotionally suffering going through yourself, negative thought appearing into your own mind. Negativity is unhealthy to oneself. Realizing that slowly had to overcome, in order to overcome, is a great help. Sutra studies, teaching of the Buddha's philosophical part, and day to day, little practice make you slowly develop that achievement, great wisdom with your own mind. That important. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roshmi. I'll come back to you, Shravasti. So I see
Yeah.
somebody post,
Thank you
Jason.
so much, ma'am.
Thank you. I see Jaden. He posted a question. He said, okay, we'll come back on Jaden. Okay. So right now we have the third participant. He's from Malaysia. Yao Xiang Yen. Yao Xiang Yen. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good
Yes.
evening, Chief, Miss Adelyn, and all the participants. Good to see you again, Chief. So the question I would like to ask is how to create a safe space for letting out negative emotions like frustration and anger when working in an organization or working in our workplace. Should every organization try to build a culture of having this type of safe space to prevent feeling and thoughts from being suppressed unhealthily? Should there be an open space for us to discuss our negative emotions safely?
Yes, brother. Yeah, very practical question. What you mentioned, negative emotion. Not only you, many people, million of people are facing that particular situation all over the world. As a Buddhist practitioners, as a spiritual practitioners, as a religious practitioners, I had to repeat the same, almost same answer. The answer is very clear. Working environment, a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles. Knowing the current situation, see in the human history, the person going through emotional feeling, negative feeling, the working environment, study environment, the society, even the religious organization, can be even the religious organization. Sometimes people not able to realize what simple words make other person, can you pull him down very badly. That moment is required your inner cultivation, your inner purification, your inner development. In order to do it, that practice background within your individual people to realize the weakness or strongness within your self cultivation, self purification part. Negative emotion to overcome, to knowing negative comment, negative emotional feeling, to knowing what are the people are mentioning. It happen to be some certain weakness. If you mention someone, you take it very positive manner. Someone mentioned some certain words which is very much affected my day-to-day activities or my life. Knowing things, what is the word they mention, what statement they mention, realizing, you'll try to correct yourself. You take it as a wonderful teacher, that particular person. You radiate metta to him to highlight my weaknesses, highlight my emotional feeling. Then what I had to do it, you get eventually you get in the better person. Eventually you get to the better practitioners. That's the wonderful gurus in our life, wonderful teachers in our life. Take very positive manner. Little unkind word, little negative word, don't down yourself. Don't feel so much, for the all sort of, unhealthy feeling within your own self. Is always, will take it. If you have someone mention some negative thought, you relax, you reflect yourself. Am I? An answer coming, shall not, it worry. Have a little metta on them. Don't get angry. Another person, radiate metta, may they be free from all those anger, hatred, and delusion. May they lead to the highest achievement, enlightenment. If you keep on wishing wonderful, good metta in you are going to be winner. You're never able to lose your inner qualities, inner virtues. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Xiangyan. And now we have a participant from Nepal. She is Pasang Judon. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi, welcome to Shravasti Learning Garden.
Thank you. Hello and Tashidere to all. Respected Venerable Guru in the house, Ma'am Adeline and all the participants. My question for Guru is, how do one keep his thoughts in the present moment only?
Hi, Chodon. I think you forgot to turn on your video. So let us see you.
Okay, can you hear me? How to keep the present moment? Present moment is a wonderful moment. If you someone at this particular moment, you calm, this next moment you automatically can able to be calm. Present moment, there's a beautiful statement Venerable Titahan mentioned one particular book. Present moment is a wonderful moment. What he called, what the Buddha mentioned, sati, mindfulness, that moment of in each and every one of us. If you knowing you're present at that moment, you are peaceful, you are calm, then automatically next moment going to be peaceful, next moment going to be calm. At this particular moment, you yourself compute situation, little disturbance occurred into your own mind, next moment is going to be that as well. Address that moment itself, you'll get the answers, you can get the peaceful thought within your own mind. That to keep the present moment in the calm, peaceful manner, there's nothing else. Maybe some of people are mentioning, some of people are practicing to recitation some certain word, holy verses or blessing verses. Then make him more calm. Some of them, what the people use the method to maintain that particular present moment to be the calm, to reflect the wonderful things what they done in their life period, some certain spiritual practices, some certain charity work what they done, then automatically joy appear into your mind. That make you easier to calm yourself, to settle down yourself, to maintain peaceful good thought within your own heart and mind. It's a greatest so-called, today some people are introducing therapy, positive therapy, that going to be help at moment to maintain peaceful and calm. Present moment calm, present moment is the peaceful. There's a wonderful experience you're able to enjoy. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Chief. Hello. Pasang, did you get your question answered? Okay, so we go to participant number 5, Lai King Jin from Singapore.
Thank you, Adeline. Hello, Chief. Can you share with me how can I control my temper, because I always feel like uneasy, tension, or over worrying. This negative emotion always come before I realize, and before I can manage them.
Yes, sister. You are much better. You know why? You know you are that particular moment, how to control temper. Knowing you having little temper, little anger within your own heart and mind, that's a great achievement because you know the thing. Many of the people today, they don't know they having anger. They don't know how to not how to control. They're not able to realize there's so much anger in their mind. They have so much disappointment in their mind. When the negative thought appear into your own mind, we are totally blurred. We are totally covered. That's the important thing. That's why I say you are a much better person. Knowing yourself, there is temper arising into your own mind, noting that. That's why I earlier also mentioned Chitta and Chaitasika. Chitta means mind, Chaitasika means thought. Thought, present thought or unpleasant thought, wholesome or unwholesome, kusal or akusal, positive or negative, thought arising into the person mind, if you're able to categorize, knowing thing unpleasant thought, knowing thing akusala thought, knowing thing unhealthy thought to your mind, realization itself is the greatest achievement to overcome. Always there is a little weaknesses. We realizing from into to overcome, then is a anxiety can able to minimize. Especially particularly this period, a lot of people had the anger, a lot of people have the anxiety, a lot of people had the fear, many things. All those unhealthy feeling make you physically down, make you mentally down as well. How are we going to affect the physical health? When they get disturbed in their own mind, you're losing your appetite, you're losing your smile. You try to isolate yourself with the rest of others, loved one, near to and dear to one also, you try to not to mix with them. You being isolating yourself, you think able to settle more. Isolating yourself, being hiding in the within four wall, you never able to get the answers. Just come out for that moment, go to the nature. If you have a little nature area, little green area, little under the tree, in front of the water area, you can get a lot of answers by environment itself. Buddha's teaching relate to the mountain, forest, jungle, nature is the greatest healing process for the each and every one of us. When you go into the nature, automatically calmness there. You can't find any places that peaceful, calm feeling, especially in the house, in the condo. If you have the little area for the meditation section, if you have a little area for the prayers or chanting, or a little image you are keeping the altar near any part of the house, when you're having that type of unpleasant feeling, you just walk into that place. Automatically you find so much comfort, so much joy, so much happiness. You know what is the reason? Every corners are bricks and concrete. But if you go into that particular place, a shrine room, or that same thing can find any of the religious places, spiritual practitioners places. You go to this, especially in the temple shrine room area, you can find so much peace and comfort and joy. The reason amount of people entering to the place, so much positive mental energy radiating over there, chanting, meditation, recitation some certain noble verses, then automatically they build up very strong mental energy, absorb mental energy, all those environment. That particular place peaceful. If you many ways to overcome, many ways to rather than remain in negative feeling, negative emotional feeling, remain in one place, the changes greatest help to be calm, peaceful thought to maintain. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And I have this question that I really need to ask you on behalf of this participant called Jaden. He said, "Can I ask Chief that if my body is in pain, how to practice meditation?" I think this is the question that a lot of people will ask, especially those who are very sick. So, can Chief enlighten us?
When your body is pain,
Mm.
especially,
Yeah, if
I can,
there's
I can
sorry.
give a lot of example. When you walk into the hospital, which is I
Yeah, if
very,
there's
I can give a lot of example, which is we used to practice one. We used to visit very often in the hospital. When you go to the hospital, the person is screaming pain. When the person is left and right, one person with the pain screaming, other part of the ward or the another bed, the person having all those expression and very much painful situation. When you walk into that place, if you can comfort that person, say something, being there, you are going to have the blessing. May the, let's say, respectable religious belief, can say the Buddha, can say the God, can say the respectable religious believer, the shower upon blessing the person, the changes of that thought in their mind, immediately you can see it, little smile slowly on his face. That means from there, what the Buddha mentioned 2600 years ago, mind over matters. Mind can do wondrous things. Mind can do a lot of things within our own self. Little pain or more pain or serious pain can be minimized or can increase, depend on mind. Someone little cut, no, little cut with the knife or say it blade or something or little injured, the child can be screaming and child crying. It's another person, the little more cut, the more painful, but without that type of situation, that type of feeling can be, because that means power of controlling the pain within your own mind as well. The important things, each and every one of us, we have to realize, we have to understand, painful situation can overcome. Let's say to even though to watch some of the Buddhist method is say watching the pain. If you're watching the pain when you are practicing meditation, it is the highest achievement. The person beginning itself, if you're going to watch your own pain, the pain going to increase and increase. When the practitioners be longer period, certain numbness, certain pain in the physical body, then find difficulties. Some are able to overcome watching, realizing, knowing, understanding that pain. But in order to achieve that, you'll require little longer period. The self-practice as well can achieve. It will be slower or the longer period, depend individually as well. Thank you.
Thank you. It's true. Nothing is can be obtained overnight. Practice is always the solution. If you want to do something, even in work, in meditation, in anything, practice is the so-called the key thing. You cannot say I don't practice, then I want to achieve something. Thank you, Chief. So I believe that there are quite a few guys in the Zoom room. They would like to ask Chief, is it okay that we extend another 15 minutes? Chief, is that too late for you?
Mm. Oh yeah, okay, I'm okay.
You're okay, right? Okay, but before we go to that session, this is time for us to take group photo. So can everyone turn on your video, and then we show the sign of love, and then we are going to take a group photo because I'm going to make a mosaic. photo for you guys. Okay, so can we do that now? A group photo before we open the floor. I mean, can we show everybody's photo?
I did. No.
Yes. Here we go. Chip, we show love like that.
Okay.
Okay, correct. So, okay, thank you. So I think all the viewers will see our love. All right. Okay, so I have Chief to agree with us to host another two sessions, this workshop 4 and 5. So those who want to intend to join the workshop 4, kindly write to us before October 11. And you can always write to shravastifest@gmail.com. This is the website and also the email address. Okay. So right now, who wants to ask question? Raise your hand, please. Roshmi, I see you. Are you asking question?
Yes. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello, Chief. Can you hear me? Hello.
Chief, are you there?
I can hear you. I can
Hello,
hear you.
Chief. Yeah, hello once again. I just want to ask you, or I just want to seek you an advice to how I can be in a present moment, how to practice to be in the present moment, being mindful. Thank you so much.
Present moment. Let's say we always empathize people to be the present moment. The present moment to be aware, whatever things we are doing, to be mindful that moment. Assuming very simple thing, you do simple cooking, you do simple cleaning, your mind focus that activities what you're doing, you are living with them. Many of us sometimes we do something, same time mind run here and there. That means you are not holding present moment, whatever things you are doing. In form of meditation, let's say you are driving. If you fully concentration what action form doing, you are living that present moment. That's way, as I mentioned earlier, present moment can be wonderful moment if you cry correctly, if you use it.
Yeah.
It can really be peaceful, you really can be calm, you really can be do it your best. Let's say other thing, when you do studies, if you are able to 100% concentration for the lecturer or teacher, then many of the students, they don't do much homework. They can absorb so much things when they practice it then. Not only meditation alone, even the day-to-day, whatever things you are doing, you train your mind such a thing, you can do better many things. Many of us, lot of thought come and the disturb as well as for the coming in and out. According to that, our mind try to run here and there. End of the day, little get tiring mentally as well as for the physically, especially for the mental tiredness, not able to concentrate in longer period. The peaceful, calm thought always is the greatest benefit to oneself to be have a better, healthy life, physically as well as for the mentally. Practice that only able to see the result. Without practicing, if I give the example, if you make a very beautiful dinner table or any meal table, if you worshiping go around, you're never able to feel hunger. If you consume it, then you're able to fulfill hunger. Same thing. Theory you may have it. Without practicing, it doesn't make you perfect. Without practicing, you never ever able to realize the beauty, the greatest benefit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi. And the next one we have Dorji from Bhutan, right? I recognize you. So
Okay.
somebody can let him in?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, Chief, and good evening to all. My question is a bit personal. I study developmental studies, and recently, back in 2017, I read about this Japanese physician and doctor who actually worked in Afghanistan to restore Afghanistan, and he put in a lot of money by his own pockets, and he put in a lot of effort. And his name was actually Tetsuya Nakamura. And recently, I just found out that he died. And when how he died was actually at a mass shooting in Afghanistan, and it actually really disheartened me because. When you show good to the world, it seems that the world always tries to show bad things to you. So my question is, how do I overcome? How do one person actually always be good when the world actually tries to show you always the bad?
Okay. Yes. The whole world, we can see it on the human history. All the religion existing in this world, all the religious practitioners, religious belong to the religious people, lot of value they introduce. But many of that particular religious belief, religious theory, religious philosophy hardly put into the practice. But don't get disappointed. Why I being so much practicing, you are not able to get the good result. When we worry in ourselves, this type of disturbance into your own mind, so much goodness contributed, in return, what we are getting. Of course, some of the people, they might ask, so much things are charity activities are done, so much mankind work I done, so much welfare charity activities I done. End of the day, I getting this type of treatment. I get this type of the comment. I have this type of, the negative, the feedback. Definitely, you may disappointed. That's the moment you have to take challenge or to overcome that feeling. It's not easy, I know, but if you can overcome that challenges, you are the great winner. But sometimes we do a lot of good things. In return, bad things happen. As you just now mentioned one example, that particular person get the victim out of that. It's happened maybe as this way. Someone, when the time come to, the various way to depart from this world. Very good example I give you. There's a tsunami. Exactly the Christmas period that time. Many people going for holiday. Far places our people travel to different country and become victim. Taken 14, 15 hours flight, reach that place, next day, next early morning, this become, the victim that tsunami period. Those who are people living that particular place, they left couple of hours before tsunami come. They escape their life. The whole village wipe out, whole area people die, thousand of that people escape. The reason, when time not ripe yet or time not reached, there's no way for you to happen that way. Somehow or other will come. At the same time, don't get disappointed. Don't yourself being why I experience this type of situation. To overcome that negative feeling, as much as goodness you create within your own mind, as much as you create within wholesome thought within yourself, it's the end of the day, you are the winner. End of the day, you are the greatest benefit, not only here, even hereafter. The wonderful mental energy you create within your own mind help you in sansaric journey, help you present moment and hereafter that. You may not able to see this one, but there you able to get greatest benefit when your time to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Hi. See you again, Doji. Okay, Chief, we still have two more. I think there are many hands shown, but I think we can take two more. Is it okay for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so now we have Sandia from India. Sandia, are you there? I hope I pronounce your name correct.
India.
Yes, Sandia from India. Oh, his line got dropped off again. So we have another one. Chogel from India, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you got to turn on your video. I want to see your face.
Yes. Okay, hello, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, Chief. This question is a little bit personal, and like I wanted to know this: do dreams have any kind of meaning, like in like Buddhism? Because sometimes some of our dreams are so much disturbing. Like we sleep nicely, but then you just wake up with a very terrible dream. So, do dreams have some implications, or do they have some kind of influence in your upcoming days? And how to deal with such kind of thoughts, which is affected by the bad dreams?
You mean the bad dreams, am I right?
Yes, and also if dreams have meaning.
Yes. You know the in the especially for the uh, ancient, the people strongly believe it. Even the Suddhodana, the father of the Prince Siddhartha, and the Mahamaya, they able to dream the white elephant holding the lotus go around the sleeping place. Then they invited wise people to analyze these particular dreams. The wise, the advice, the noble childbirth. This is the belief in India and other part of the world as well. Certain dreams will come because the daytime we are going through certain the things we are doing practically, that it might come as a dream. Certain the dreams will come very fierce, frightening, animal chasing, and other the dreams will might come. Certain dreams, if you watch the certain movie, for a movie, and if you go to the other things, if you go to the school, primary or kindergarten, Our friends those days used to talk about the ghost stories. Certain places are ghosts are there. What will happen? Very strongly, we believe that any person mentioning the ghost story. Actually, we frightened, but still we like to hear. Still we like to listen. What will happen? When you listen the ghost story, let's say my personal experience when I was a small kid, one of our friends mentioned ghosts are there near the toilet area. When each time I go toilet, the thought will come into my mind. So much frightened because maybe ghosts are there. That our disturbance we had as well. The same thing. Many of the people, certain dreams will come when you have so much the fear, negative thought within your own mind, will appear as a dream. There's a certain dreams will show you, the very wonderful the story in the time of the Buddha's time in Kosal, able to see the dream, certain what called the relatives without food, without clothing. When you relate to the Buddha advice to offer some certain things and radiate metta, transfer merits the departed ones, they're able to get the greatest relief. There is some certain meaning. They are not all the dream got the meaning. Of course, a lot of the dream, the explanation, and some of the people are able to analyze how the dreams work. But not all the dreams are in that way. But make sure certain dreams, yes, certain dreams, not actually our subconscious mind play a lot of tricks upon us as well. That's why we have to be careful. The dream itself, don't get the negative feeling. Some certain incident happen. You don't be so fearful, but you have to do it to overcome, do something the very spiritual manner, then it's able to overcome that fear from your mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you, Chief. We have the last one. Finally, he got back online. She is Sadia from India.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi.
Hello. Good evening, Chief. My question to you is that there are some people who are less emotional, and then there are people who are over emotional. So less emotional people judge over emotional people, and over emotional people judge less emotional people. So there's a vice versa. So how do we deal with such situation?
Emotional feeling, the higher or less, depend how you take it. Emotional feeling, some of them, some of us, very simple reason enough for them to develop further and further and further. When the time to come, little emotional feeling, very minor emotional feeling, if you are not rightly addressed, correctly addressed, if you are not look into the very seriously, it can develop further and further and higher and higher. Then what you go? Depression getting more and more and more. If you realizing, understanding this is a negative feeling, this is the emotional feeling occurred into your own mind, what you had to do it, rather than remaining the same position, same place, change the environment, change whatever things you are doing. Don't stick in that place. Don't stick within your four walls. Don't stick within your own comfort zone or in the room or in any other particular place. Change environment. Change. Have someone closer and near and dear to you. Share your emotional feeling with the person. Chit chat for a while. then you automatically can overcome. If you being alone yourself, if you can able to manage, then fine. If you're not able to manage the situation, it can be worse situation. The important things, knowing you there's a negative emotional feel arise into your own mind, that is self achievement, that is self realization, that is self you aware there's emotional feeling happen, the emotional feeling going to less or more or higher or less than that, depend on the individually how we take that, how we practice that, how we handle that situation is very important, each and every one of us. Of course, being the young girl, young boy, a lot of emotional feeling for lack of experience. You know very well the also latest handphone to handle it, latest all the gadgets to handle. But your grandmother or grandfather don't have that knowledge, but they had a lot of wisdom. You share your thought with them, they can give very practical answer for your problem to overcome. We have to communicate with the wise. We have to communicate the people of experience. We have to share the things with those who are people knowledgeable as well as for the practitioners. Then religious practice always very important. Whatever religious we are, religious background is very important. Religious practices are very important. People to overcome negative emotional feeling, our own heart, our own mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Cynthia. This will be
Thank you.
the end of the session. So the part two of Arts of Smelling will be scheduled on the 18th of October. So if you guys and your friends want to join this workshop, kindly ask them to write in before 11th of October. So unmute everyone, and we need to say thanks to Chief because we learned so much today. Can everyone unmute yourself as well? Yes,
Thank you,
say,
Chief.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Chief.
much.
Thank you so much, Chief. It was wonderful being you in the house.
Thank you,
Thank
Chief.
you.
you guys can send as many greetings to Chief right now. You are unmuted.
Thank you,
Thank
Chief.
you, Chief.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you very much, Chief. And we are going to say goodnight. Have a sweet dream, everyone. Don't be fearful with your dreams. Always be good. With better. Sadhu.
Metta to everyone. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Thank you, everyone.
So, Chief, are you still there?
Yes, 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 Anna, yes.
Metta to everyone.
Better to everyone. See you guys on the 18th of October.